So I just did a video about how I read the cards using metaphors and analogies. And I related that to what I know about the law of correspondence and the law of analogies. So I'm going to try it again I did it with these, the Wild Unknown cards. I'm going to do it now with demon cards, because you know what? I was thinking about it, and I was trying to keep it under 15 minutes, but that didn't work, because I talk a lot. And these happen to be the first cards. These were the cards that taught me how to do this stuff. So I figured, you know what? Why not? Why not throw them in the mix? So what I was saying before in the other video, unless you saw both and you know, but I'm just going to go over it real briefly, is that I learned how to read the cards. Well, I learned how to read these first. I didn't know how to do any other shit. These just worked first. I'll get to that. But those cards taught me how to eventually read this style, the tarot style cards with the suits and the arcanas and shit. And the way I learned how to do that was through this book right here, written by Eliphas Levi, Doctrine and Ritual of High Magic. This guy, unless you watch the other video, then you know what I'm going to say. But if you didn't, this guy was a French magician back in the 1800s. He wasn't, when I say magician, I don't mean like stage magician does the tricks with the cards and pulling the rabbits out of the hats. No, this guy was a mystic magician. He wasn't part of the Golden Dawn, if you're familiar with them, but he was part of those like societies, did the ritual magic and practiced mysticism, astrology, all that esoteric shit, all the really cool esoteric shit, not the stuff that you see on YouTube, the really cool stuff. But he wrote this book in a way that if you read it, you got no idea what the hell he's talking about. You can claim you do, you can make believe, and you can like wear the little cloaks, get the candles, and make all the signs and stuff. But he didn't write it like that. The book wasn't meant to be read in that way. I mean, yeah, you're supposed to literally read it, but it's speaking to another aspect of your mind that if you understand the symbology behind all of the things that mystics use, like the pentagrams and the symbology behind, for instance, the wow, I just completely lost it. Huh. So I got in trouble. But if you understand things like astrology, if you understand the way the symbology works with astrology, how the planets each represent like something specific, the houses represent something specific, that the sigils and the glyphs, they all mean something. If you understand that, then when you read people like this who don't speak in normal language, because it's not normal what these guys say. Like, let me find something. There's a very specific part that I'm looking for that makes sense in regards to what I'm saying. So when they write, these old magicians and mystics, they write in allegories and metaphors. So you're not supposed to look at these things literally. You obviously can. You can look at it as literal as you want. But to get the full effect of it, you need to understand what it's saying to you on a deeper level. What I mean is when you read it, it should invoke images in your head, ideas, memories, thoughts, anything that's going to make you think and see, not in the words, but when you close your eyes, those thoughts, the pictures, the images, concepts, feelings, that's the aspect of the mind that this is speaking to. So where's one? Okay. So one of the characteristics of a magician, according to Levi, is that he's above all afflictions and all fears. That's one of 22. He's above all afflictions and fears. And what that means is, and he's speaking in about alchemy, because alchemists are also considered magicians. They're kind of the same thing. It's a whole big long thing. I can get into that another time. But what he means by that they're above all afflictions and all fears is that they have control over their emotions. They allow themselves through rituals to see the future and see what it is that they're scared of, and what it is that could potentially happen. And by allowing yourself to experience it here, that you can better prepare yourself in case it does happen out there in the real world. I think one of the other videos I did, I had asked that you shut your eyes and do this little thought game. You think about like one of your fears, allow yourself to experience it. And that is exactly what he's talking about. It's to be able to overcome that fear by allowing yourself to experience it. And here you can, like I said, learn from it, allow yourself to realize, you know what? Yeah, I was afraid. I was really afraid of that, but why? Why am I afraid of it? Because I don't have to experience it if I just do. What is that? I don't know. That's up to you. You figure that out, not me. But that's the point. It's doing things like that. It's allowing yourself to not be restrained by what you don't want to have happen, because the only reason it's going to happen is if you let it happen. You're the one who gets to stop it. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Anyway. So that's how I learned how to read that book, was through these. So the way this works, right? It's an oracle deck. 68 guys. Each one has their own little story and meaning behind them, and there's a moral behind their story. Let's see. Pick a random one. Andromelech. So Andromelech is, he runs the wardrobe for Satan. Now, by the way, these cards, demon cards, I don't know if I like this one so much better. Each one of them is a demon that was classified in a book called the Infernal Dictionary, which was written by Jacques, I forget his last name. But it was written in like the 1600s. He was this demonologist, and he went and he studied all these demons, and he wrote this big dictionary on all of them. So these cards are based on the demons some of the demons that he had in his book. So this guy right here, Andromelech, is he works in hell. He works for Satan, and he runs the wardrobe. He's the one who makes sure that Satan's suits are pressed and that they're really beautiful and crisp and ready for him to go whenever he's doing his thing where he needs his suits. So the basic interpretation of this card is like to make sure that yourself or a person that you're admiring is really the person that you think they are. Make sure that the suit fits the man. Do you get that? Don't just put faith in someone or something because they talk smooth or they act a certain way. Do research on them. Make sure, get to know them. Get to know the person before you go, okay, yeah, this is the person I like. This is the person I want to know. No, you don't know. You don't know because they could be fucking cuckoo birds. And that's what this means. So like if I were to be doing a reading for somebody and this card came up, I would ask them, ask them if there was something that just someone who had just came into their life, someone maybe new, someone they didn't know, maybe someone that they had some concerns about, maybe someone that they wanted to understand better, and would go from there. Because the way I use these cards is I ask a lot of questions because I try to dig into who you are so that we can figure out what's fucking you up. in your life. Because a lot of people got a lot of shit, but the shit that they're going through now is because of shit they went through a long time ago, which they just haven't been able to get over in their head. So sometimes, like this, like I was saying, is this about meeting someone new, or maybe not being so sure about yourself? Because that's something that happens too. We get ourselves into these opportunities that pop up, and it's like, oh, well, you know what? Am I really ready for that? Is that me? And that's the kind of things I would help you explore by asking those questions. So, for instance, just like I said, are you having any doubts about yourself? Is there a new situation that you got yourself into, new job, new relationship, new something? That's what that's how I would relate this back to you. I would think about what the card means, making sure the suit fits the person, or however I said it, and then seeing how can you relate that to somebody else. What would this person need to know? Why would this person need to know that thing? And what do I need to ask them to figure that out? All right, here's another one. I like this guy, Cerberus. It's cute, little doggy. Well, 3-headed dog guy with chicken legs, wearing a cool suit. I think he's got a little sword thing. I like him. But this card is about, what does it mean? Focus on eloquence and grace. So I would ask the person, like, did you find yourself in a situation where you might have lost your shit? Did you not handle something to the best of your ability, even though you know you could have? Did you maybe say something that you might maybe regret? Maybe. Someone says something to you and you might have responded in a way that you kind of wish that you didn't. Like that. See, those are all relevant questions because I'm thinking about this. Focused on eloquence and grace. What situations have I been in recently where eloquence and grace would have been very useful for me? And that's how we go from there. So I look at the cards, think of what they mean personally to me, and then make believe I'm telling you about me. That's it. I'm make believe I'm talking to myself. Like that. Exactly like that. I exactly mean that. What would I say if I was asking myself the same question? What would I want to know? How would I go about this? How would I question myself? Because that's what I do. I don't go to a therapist. I don't go to a psychiatrist. I don't do any of that kind of shit. I use these. And I look at what they tell me and I try to relate them to something similar that's going on in my life. And when I do the cards for people, like I said, I do the exact same thing. Because we all the things that we go through, everyone thinks that they're all different. But they're really not. They're not. You can pick any boy, any girl, any man, any woman, any old person, anybody. And you can look at their life. You can probably pick an animal or a dog too. You can look at their life, see their surroundings, look at the situation that they're in, and go, wow, I can fucking relate to that. Something not exactly, but when you look at it as an analogy or a metaphor for something going on in your life, how about this? Go play a song. Go play any song that you want right now. Double dog dare you. Go play any song that you want right now and listen to the words. Listen to exactly how they speak to you specifically. And then think about what I love saying. I forget if I even got to say it in this video yet. Everything happens for a reason. You're going to put on a song for a very specific reason, and those words are going to speak to you for a very specific reason. Only you are going to know the reason. It's not going to make any sense to me. It's only going to make sense to you. And that's the point. But with these, it's different because all of our lives are exactly the same. Now, granted, I could probably listen to the same song. You can probably play the song for me, and I'll hear the song, and I'll think of something which relates directly to me. And you can pick any song. I'm only saying pick a song that you like so you don't have to listen to some shit that you don't like. And as a matter of fact, even try something you don't like. See if it works. Because I guarantee you it will. And then, if this is interesting to you, and you want to learn how to read your cards like this, start doing that. Start looking at how they speak to you and literally exactly what they say. I do that. I learned from reading for myself. So if you have a problem reading for yourself and you would like help with reading for yourself, just let me know and I'll help you. Or I can do more videos like this, but I don't know if these actually mean anything because it's really hard to cram all this stuff, all the words that are in my mouth and all the things in my head out in a normal amount of time. Because I can go on for a lot longer, and I feel like I rushed, and I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. But I don't know. Sounds great to me. I can keep up with all the shit that I say. I don't know what other people are like though. So let me know if you're even watching. I don't even know. So